Hey everybody, I'm Becky Adams. Thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel today. Today I have a process video to share with you using the Simple Stories I Am collection. This is another collection this is another project that I made just for fun, or that I'm making just for fun. I'm trying to clear out some of my older product to make room for some new stuff. So let's just jump in and get started because there is a lot to cover with this project. Okay, so I'm going to start with this really pretty butterfly background. It's a tone-on-tone print. I don't know if you can see the butterflies there in the back. And then there's this really cool leopard print on the back, but I wanted something a little more subtle on this one. And then I've got this piece of, it's kind of a golden, excuse me, a golden mustard color maybe. And I just have a strip that I cut. I believe it's like 3.5 inches. I'm going to adhere that over here on the left side of the page. I have one photo that I'm working with. This is the photo of my daughter and a couple of my nieces on my daughter's 16th birthday. So what I need to do here before I adhere anything down with a photo is I'm going to make a pocket for the journaling. I'm going to do that right behind the photo. And to do that, I have my journaling printed on this is a tag that I bought. I believe it's American Crafts, just a pink watercolor tag. I'm going to place it where I want it to go. And then I'm just going to put a strong double-sided adhesive around all three sides. So I can use this 1/2 inch tape on both sides, but along the bottom I don't have that much space, so I'm going to just switch down to a 1/4 inch double-sided tape. And we'll just remove the backing. Okay, and then just adhere my photo right about there. Oh, and then I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on this side. Oops. That side as well. And then put my tag right there inside the pocket. Okay, so I've got my photo and journaling taken care of. I'm going to add this strip of pink to just ground the photo here on the layout, so it, I don't know, I kind of felt like it was floating to me without this little pop of pink, and it also balances out the pink here at the top. So before I adhere that though, I want to lay a couple of things out to make sure that I have my placement how I want it. So I have tons of flowers here. There are lots of gorgeous flowers in the I Am collection. And I want to make just a huge cluster of flowers along this left side here. So I want to do a mixture of chipboard and die cuts and just create this big cluster of flowers. Okay, so now that I have the placement of my flowers just how I want them, I'm going to go ahead and start gluing things down. So the chipboard ones, they did have adhesive on them. I did take that off. Whoops, because I knew that I was going to move these around a lot and figure out the placement. So I did just peel the adhesive off the backing while I decide where I want everything to go. So kind of what I've done is I have a piece of chipboard and then a die cut. So I'm using liquid adhesive to adhere the chipboard, and then a foam dot to adhere the die cuts. So the foam adhesive that I happen to be using today is by Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. And I love their pop dots. They always adhere nicely and easily. The backing peels off really well. Let's see if I can add a little bit of adhesive behind that one. And I'm just working my way up, adhering the flowers as I go. So I've got the liquid adhesive I'm using today is Art Glitter Glue. That's honestly just a personal preference, and it's what I had handy on my desk. I really do like the adhesive. My only complaint with Art Glitter Glue is that sometimes it is not very easy to find, and that gets a little bit frustrating. But other than that, I really do like it. So place this one so it's trailing off the edge of the page just a little bit, and I'm going to let that glue dry before I trim off the excess. Okay, now that I have those flowers in place, I'm going to go ahead and adhere my photo and my journaling because it's hidden there behind the photo. I'm just going to tuck that right under there. Do want my T-square here just to make sure that I have my photo straight. Okay. Tuck that under there. Okay, now I'm going to put my title down. So these are stickers from American Crafts. I did look it up real quick. This is the Aster font. They're a gloss puffy sticker. Just a really kind of whimsical, scripty, a little bit. I guess it's not totally a script font, but it's kind of got that feeling to it. So the title obviously here is Sweet 16 because it was my daughter's 16th birthday. So there's my title. I have a few more pieces of chipboard that I wanted to add in. They're just little sentiments that are fitting for the occasion. I've got grateful, beautiful, and strong. Actually, looking at it, I do want these to tuck in a little bit more, so I think I'll place them on top of my flowers here. So they are chipboard. I peeled the adhesive off like I did with the flowers. Just put a little bit of liquid adhesive. I don't want them to all line up perfectly, so I'm going to kind of try to bump this one out a little bit. Like it's a little more to the left than the bottom one. And then I'm going to put this one a little more to the right. And then I have a few embellishments left here. This one is, like I said, it's going to have a lot of flowers, And to balance out everything I've got going on over here, I wanted to add some flowers on this side of the photo too. I do think I'm just going to go with probably just these 2 die cuts. I'm going to put them something like that. I really like that placement where some it's both under and over the photo. We'll just use a little pop dot to pop them up a little bit because they're die cuts, not chipboard. And same thing on this top one. I'm going to put, I often cut my pop dots in half or smaller pieces right there on the sheet, and then I have a couple ready if I need them. Put one right here under this leaf. And then I have a few butterflies that I wanted to add. Put that one kind of coming out from... Actually, I'm gonna hold off on the butterflies, and I'm gonna do that for a couple of reasons. First, I feel like I've got enough embellishing going on here. I don't want to overdo it. And second, I don't want to adhere this butterfly here and have it interfere with the tag. So we'll set the butterflies aside and save those for another project. I do have this little space here in between the words in my title, and I wanted to add that little die cut heart to bring a little pop of color into the title. So I'll just put a little bit of adhesive there. Put that in place. And then last but not least, I wanted to use some of these decorative brads. And I haven't purchased these for a long time because I'm not a huge fan of brads. I don't like just piercing the hole, and I just didn't want to mess with it. But these ones are so cute. I'm just going to grab my paper piercer and just carefully poke some holes. I just wanted a little bit of texture. Okay friends, I don't know for sure what happened, but I lost a little bit of footage, so I'm back. It's a couple of days later, and I just have a couple of things that I wanted to tell you about this project. So first of all, you can see I did add a few brads on both sides, just mixed in with the floral clusters, and that was the last thing I did to finish it off. So one thing that I did want to say about this project is, honestly, it's not my favorite project. I'm not sure what it is about it, but it's just not my favorite, and that's okay. Not every project, every layout that we make can be our absolute favorite awesome project. But at the end of the day, when I have a project that I don't particularly love, I think about a couple of things. And one, when someday down the line, when my kids or their kids or whoever else is looking at this album, I highly doubt that they'll look at it and say, oh man, I wish my mom would have used different colors, or man, I wish she wouldn't have put those flower pieces on this layout. I think at the end of the day, when they're flipping through my album, they will be excited to see a photo of their 16th birthday or whatever event it is. And they'll be happy to see their friends and loved ones in the photo. They will read the memories that I wrote down here that I've got in this pocket, and they will be able to recall their own memories and tell their own version of the story. Thank you so much for being here and for being a part of my YouTube community. I love having all of you here. I love chatting with you in the comments and over on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, I would love to have you over there as well. My link is in the video description. And if you haven't already done so, if you would subscribe, I would love to have you. That way you'll know when I have a new video, when I upload a new video. And also if you could give this video the thumbs up so that I know what kind of content you like to see, and then that also helps others find my YouTube channel as well. So thank you again for stopping by, and I'll see you again soon.